Have you ever experienced déjà vu? Have you met someone for the first time but felt an instant, deep connection, as if you'd known them forever? Or maybe you've been drawn to a place you've never visited, but it feels strangely familiar. These moments may not be mere coincidences. According to ancient Buddhist philosophy, they may be echoes from your past lives. Today, we embark on a journey to uncover what Buddhism really teaches about past lives, rebirth, and the shocking truth behind who or what you truly are. Let's begin. In Buddhism, life is seen not as a straight line, but as a vast interconnected cycle. This cycle is known as Samsara, the endless wheel of birth, death, and rebirth. Unlike some religions that speak of a single life followed by heaven or hell, Buddhism teaches that we have lived countless lives before this one, and unless we reach enlightenment, we will continue to be reborn again and again. But this isn't a punishment. It's a reflection of karma, the universal law of cause and effect. Every action we take, every word we speak, and every thought we hold leaves an imprint on our consciousness. These karmic imprints determine the conditions of our future existence. So who you are today is not just the product of your childhood, your parents, or your environment, but the result of many lifetimes of accumulated karma. Here's where it gets shocking and deeply profound. In Buddhism, there is no permanent soul or self that travels from one life to the next. The concept of anatta, or non-self, teaches that what we call the self is just a temporary collection of thoughts, memories, habits, and physical components, all of which are constantly changing. So if there is no soul, no fixed identity, what exactly gets reborn? Buddhists compare it to lighting one candle from another. The flame is passed on, but it's not the same flame. It's a continuation. In the same way, your next life is the continuation of karmic energy, shaped by your actions, desires, and attachments. Imagine a wave on the ocean. It rises, takes shape, and crashes back. But the water that made it was never separate from the sea. So too with the self. What reincarnates is not you as you know yourself, but the momentum of your mind, the stream of consciousness influenced by karma. Karma is not a system of reward and punishment delivered by a cosmic judge. It is simply the natural law of cause and effect. Think of your mind as a garden. Every thought, word, and deed plants a seed. Positive actions plant seeds of joy, clarity, and peace. Negative actions plant seeds of confusion, suffering, and fear. In this life, or the next, those seeds will sprout. But karma is not fate, it's potential. You always have the freedom to choose how you act, think, and respond. And in doing so, you shape your future and your future lives. This understanding gives incredible power and responsibility. It means your life isn't random. It's a reflection of your inner world and your past intentions. And if karma created this life, it can also create your liberation. Many Buddhist traditions, especially in Tibet, Thailand, and Sri Lanka, believe that it is possible to recall past lives. Advanced meditators, through deep states of concentration and insight, are said to access memories from previous incarnations. In fact, the Buddha himself, on the night of his enlightenment, recalled countless past lives, seeing them as clearly as one might watch a movie. In the Pali Canon, the Buddha describes remembering many thousands of previous lifetimes in vivid detail. His names, locations, families, even how he died. Some modern people also claim to have glimpses of their past lives, often through dreams, spontaneous memories, or during moments of deep emotional resonance with people or places. Psychologists and researchers have documented children who remember details of past lives with stunning accuracy, often speaking languages they were never taught or describing towns they've never visited. Of course, not all such stories can be verified, but Buddhism encourages personal investigation. The Buddha famously said, "Do not believe anything simply because I have said it. Investigate it for yourself." So the question is not, is it true? The real question is, what if it is? Even if we don't consciously remember our past lives, their influence may still echo in our present. Recurring fears, intense attractions or aversions, strange talents that seem to appear out of nowhere? Could these be remnants of past life experiences? For example, someone with an unexplainable fear of water might have drowned in a previous life. A natural musician may have spent lifetimes mastering sound. The people we feel deeply connected to, even at first sight, could be souls we've journeyed with before. In Buddhist psychology, these are known as vasanas, mental imprints or tendencies carried from one life to the next. The good news? You're not bound by them. Awareness brings freedom. When we bring light to these unconscious patterns, we begin to choose differently. We stop repeating old karmic loops and start writing a new story. But why does this cycle of rebirth exist at all? According to Buddhism, the root cause of rebirth is craving, our endless desire for existence, pleasure, identity, and control. This craving binds us to samsara. Imagine desire as a spinning wheel. As long as we crave, the wheel turns. When we release craving, the wheel begins to slow. When craving ceases completely, we step off the wheel. This is nirvana, not a place but a state of liberation, peace, and clarity. The end of suffering, the end of rebirth. In essence, rebirth is not the goal, it's the classroom. Each life gives us a chance to wake up, to grow in wisdom, compassion, and awareness. And the moment we truly see through the illusion of ego, the need to be someone, the fear of death, we begin to taste freedom. If the future is shaped by karma, how can we consciously plant the seeds for a better rebirth? Buddhism teaches several powerful practices. Ethical living. Follow the 5 precepts. Refrain from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, false speech, and intoxication. These create harmony in your mind and positive karmic imprints. Meditation. Train your mind to become calm, clear, and compassionate. Meditation purifies the mind and reveals deep truths about reality. Generosity. Giving freely without attachment loosens the grip of ego and expands the heart. Wisdom. Study the Dharma, reflect on impermanence, and investigate the nature of self. Compassion. Treat all beings as if they were your own family, because in a way they have been. These practices don't just lead to a better next life, they transform this one. Tibetan Buddhism offers an even deeper look into what happens between death and rebirth. This state is called the bardo, the in-between realm. According to Tibetan texts, after death, the consciousness goes through a series of stages. In the bardo, visions arise, some peaceful, some terrifying. But they are not real. They are projections of your own mind. If the dying person recognizes these visions as illusions and remains calm, they can attain liberation even at that stage. But if they cling, fear, or become confused, they are drawn toward rebirth. This teaching shows just how powerful the mind is, even beyond death. In a modern world dominated by science and materialism, it can be hard to take the idea of rebirth seriously. And yet, quantum physics reveals that time is not as linear as we once believed. Consciousness is still one of the great mysteries of science, and more people are beginning to question the idea that the mind is just the brain. Buddhism doesn't ask you to blindly believe in past lives. It invites you to look inward, to watch the mind, to see how thoughts, emotions, and actions shape your world, moment by moment, and from there, to understand how this life is connected to something much vaster than we can see. Whether or not you believe in past lives, the wisdom of Buddhism points to one undeniable truth. You are more than your name, your body, or your story. You are a wave on the ocean of consciousness, shaped by infinite causes and conditions. And right now, in this very moment, you have the power to change everything. You can transform your karma. You can wake up from illusion. You can create a life and a future filled with clarity, kindness, and peace. The past brought you here, but the present is yours. So ask yourself, who were you before this life? And who will you become next? May this life be the one in which you remember. May you uncover the truth hidden beneath the surface. And may you awaken fully and forever.